On every one of these, we're going to draw our triangle first. In this one, it says the Forest Rangers lookout tower is 214.7 feet tall. Where does that go? If it talks about tall, where does that almost always go? The side going up and down. So 214.7 will be over there. What's the only way it could not go on the height if it's talking about tall? What's one way it could say something's higher tall, but it not go on the side?
Against. If it's a hypotenuse.
How? What would it say?
Like if it's tall against this thing.
If it leans or falls against the building or the house or whatever. All right. If his angle of depression is 12, well, angle of depression, remember, starts right there, outside the triangle. But where do we always wind up with it?
Bottom.
Angle of elevation or depression will always be in that bottom right corner. It says, how far is he from the fire? Where is he at?
He's at the top.
He's up here. And the fire's down here. How far is it from him to the fire? There's my X. That's the first thing I'm checking. Did you draw the triangle right? Using the trig ratio, that would be sine of 12 is 214.7 over x. There's the second thing I'm checking, your equation. And then
X is going to equal
214.7 divided by the sine of 12.
And the next equals 1032.6.
All right, the second one here. An airport is tracking the path of one of its incoming flights. The distance to the plane is 850 feet from the airport. Is that what y'all says? Or from the ground?
From the ground.
I think I must have changed it on that. But if it's from the, here's the airport, the ground that it's going to, and there's the plane up there, it's 850 feet in between those.
I put.
All right, and the reason I know it's that is this right here.
The altitude means height.
If it says altitude, that's automatic. It's got to go on the height part. All right. What is the angle of elevation? That's got to go there. So there's my triangle drawn.
That's
I would say sine of theta is equal to 400 over 850. There's my equation. I've got to do inverse sine of 400 over 850. So my angle is that the 28.1?
Yep.
All right, number 3 says top of a billboard is 40 feet above the ground. So that's got to go there. Person is looking at the billboard makes a 53-degree angle of elevation. It's got to go in the bottom right corner. How far is it from the person to the top of the billboard? Sine 53.
40 over 6.
There's my equation.
40
Divide.
50.1.
Next one says we've got a forest ranger, 153 feet tall. Tower. Angle of depression is 12. How far is he, or how far is the fire from the base of the tower?
Bottom.
Base always means bottom. So that should be your triangle. That would be a tangent problem. Tangent 12 equals 153 over x. Divide. What was that one?
719.
Any questions there? Number 5, we've got observer in the White House. Sailboat out at sea. Angle of depression is 6. So that's going to wind up there. If the observer is 104 feet from the sailboat, where does that need to go?
Bottom? Wait.
Where is the
On the
observer?
side.
The guy's up here. There's the observer.
And then the sailboat.
And there's
right
the boat.
there, the hypotenuse.
So 104 has to be the hypotenuse. You've got to read what it says. How far is the boat from the base? Base means bottom.
That's cosine.
So then I would say cosine of 6 is x over 104. Multiply 104 cosine 6.
103.4.
Top of a billboard is 40 feet above the ground. That's still my height. Person makes a 53-degree angle of elevation. How far is it from the person to the bottom of the billboard? Well, the bottom has to go down there. So then that would be another tangent.
30.4.
Divide on this one. How much?
30.1.
Is that right? We agree with that one?
Yes.
Which one, Coach? Diggs?
Yeah.
30.1.
Next one, the tree falls against the house and makes a 27-degree angle with the house. So now where does that 27 need to go?
On top. No, in the top.
It's an angle.
No, top angle.
It says makes an angle with the house, so that's got to go up top. If the tree is 22 feet tall, all right, here's one of those few times. It tells me the height, but it also told me that tree fell against the house. So that would be one time where it talks about height, but it's not the left side going up and down. All right, how far up the house would it hit? That would go there. This would be a cosine problem. 22 cosine 27.
X equals. I got 19.6.
Is that right?
What'd you get?
Yes,
Oh, what'd you get?
19.6.
19.6, that's it. All right, man is standing on top of a building. He knows that he is 180 feet up in the building. Where does that need to go?
On the top,
On the left.
or side.
So he's 180 feet up. The tree is 86 feet from the base. Well, base is bottom. What would the angle of depression be? Again, technically it's right there, but where do I need to put it?
In that bottom.
It's always going to wind up in there. Elevation or depression winds up in the same spot. So I'm going to say tangent of theta equals 180 over 86. Do inverse tangent.
It'd be 64.5.
All right. Number 9, observer in the lighthouse sees a sailboat out to sea. Angle of depression is 6, so that's the same deal there. If he is 104 feet up, how far is it from the base? I would set it up that way. Tangent of 6, 104 over x. I'm going to divide.
989.5.
Sounds right.
That will.
Man at the top of the building, 180 feet from where he is to a tree. Where does that need to go? Why is it hypotenuse?
Because he's away from it. Ain't talking
He's
about
up
the base or
here.
anything.
And the tree is over here.
If it was talking about the base, it would be
Alright.
different.
The tree is 86 from the base. What would the angle of depression be? So this would be a cosine theta, 86 over 180.
Oh, it's tangent.
Do inverse cosine of 86 over 180 to get your angle. And what was that one? It'd be 61.5.